Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your Coastal Americana radio network, streaming live on Dockside Live Radio and Western Maryland Radio and Tiki Man Radio. It is time for the show. Happy Wednesday to you. We're almost through the week, for God's sakes. It's time to rock and roll. Oh, yeah. Rise and shine, everybody. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, Western Maryland Radio, and Dockside Live Radio. And this is Weekdays with the Tiki Man and Johnny B, the man, the legend, the voice of Western Maryland Radio. How you doing this morning, brother?
Good morning to my southern brother from another mother. I'll tell you what, it's getting chilly up here in these Appalachian Mountains. They're calling for a little bit of snow here today, about 6 inches and single-digit temps tonight. But I tell you what, you are radiating so much sunshine from down there in Harrison Bay. I'm going to tell you what, man, it's radiating. It's coming through the cameras, the screens. I'm telling you what, I got to put on sunscreen.
Well, I'm telling you, and the future is so bright, we both have to wear shades. That's just the way it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing fabulous. We are streaming live on all three radio stations, Tiki Man Radio, Dockside Live Radio, and Western Maryland Radio. And we're also, if you're listening to us out there, all the ships at sea, we're also over on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, streaming live on the Coastal Americana Radio Network. You can jump into the chat and say hello. Hope everybody's doing fabulous. And we got a jam-packed show for you today. We got the Tampa Bay Parrothead Club is going to be joining us, and they're going to be talking about music on the Bay. It's getting down to the wire as far as registration goes. Registration ends, early registration ends January 15th, which is tomorrow. And the price goes up to $170 with no goodie bag. You don't get no goodie bag if you don't register early, okay? No T-shirt for you. So if you're on the fence, today is the day to do it. And also, the very last Whiskey Joe's $100 gift certificate will be drawn on January the 15th. So you need to run down there and get that, or get online and get that. And, of course, they're going to join us and tell us all about the music on the Bay. One hell of an event down there. And looking forward to having those guys on the show around 11:30. And then we're going to replay an interview we did on Sunday with Brooke Freeman, and she's with the Waterways Institute, if you would call it that, but the organization. They are focused on keeping the water clean, keeping the streams clean, and teaching the kids how to keep the water clean.
Yeah, it's a great organization, and I got to tell you what, looking forward to seeing that and speaking to her again in the future. Also, I just want to say that down at Music on the Bay, wow, that's a great show. Sharky's has always treated me well, and I've got a lot of great stories out of there, but they always fed us well, too.
Well, Sharky's is down in Panama City. Whiskey Joe's is where the Music on the Bay is. It's hard to get. It's hard to keep those two separated, but Music on the Bay is the elite event this time of year for sure. So that's coming up February the 25th, March to March the 1st. And, of course, Tiki Man Radio, the crew, will be there broadcasting all the event. B-Man and Michelle are coming up from Key West. Our ambassador of all great things, Michelle Myers, Mo. Everybody will be there taking good care of the people at Music on the Bay. But for right now, let's take care of our good partners right here with Floating Dock Manufacturing. Floating Docks Manufacturing Company, located in Indianapolis, Indiana, has been in business for over 50 years. Family-owned business constructing dock systems that have endured the test of time with a variety of services from of commercial systems, floating platforms and fuel docks, bridges and access walkways, rowing and kayak docks, industrial and pump docks, specializing in custom fabrications and residential and fishing docks. From your concept to finish, Floating Docks Manufacturing is your experts when it comes to your personal paradise. Floating Docks Manufacturing Company can install new docks or supply you with components for open or covered docks. They specialize in providing their customers with the highest quality products that has been earned by developing effective long-term business relationships. This history of craftsmanship, customer service, stability, and relationship building is what sets Floating Docks Manufacturing Company apart from all the rest. Reach out to them today. Floating Docks Manufacturing. Visit floatingdocks.com or give them a call at 1-800-969-DOC. That's 1-800-969-DOC. It's time to take your dream concept to the next level with Floating Docks Manufacturing Company. That's right. 1-800-969-DOC, and you can reach out to them. You got a concept, right? You got this big lake house, and you want to get a floating dock out there. They are what is considered the premier company when it comes to floating docks manufacturing, and of course, they take your concept to the next level.
I tell you what, we could use some floating docks up here around Deep Creek and the rest of the lakes. Cheat Lake, I was just over Cheat Lake yesterday. Wow, I'm looking at the lake and I'm thinking, wow, floating docks manufacturing would do very well here. And that's just across the Maryland-West Virginia state line.
And, of course, the Coastal Americana Radio Network is down at the St. Pete Boat Show, and we're getting interviews lined up. We got all kinds of interviews to do on Friday from that event. Of course, Brian Burns with Dockside Live has a booth down there. He'll be broadcasting the event, and they're going to be jumping on here with Weekdays with the Tiki Man and Johnny B and doing some interviews, and I've been working on that all day yesterday. Yesterday was a jam-packed day. There's a reason why I can't do radio every day. I got to have a time to prepare and get everything else ready for the whole radio station.
I got to tell you what, I still get to do radio 5 days a week, but you know what? It's an honor and a privilege to be here on the all-new Coastal Americana Radio Network. But, hey, Danny, I got your back. Anytime you need it, brother, you call me. I'll make it happen. It's what we do. Come on. Like I said the other day, we're in uncharted territory here, and we'll just make it. We make it happen. That's what we do.
There you go. Let's see here. Paul Kane is out there this morning. Good morning to you. He's out on YouTube. Happy Wednesday to you. Let's see here. Good morning, Tiki Man and Johnny B. Have a great show. Thank you so much. And Callie McCool is listening in from Antioch High School out in California today. So good morning to you. It's bright and early out in California right now. So say hello to the kids. And, of course, they were back on the radio yesterday with Surf's Up with Callie McCool and the student crew back from their hiatus from all that vacation time they got. And then they got to come back and they got to do a show. And then it has to be produced by Callie McCool and then sent over here. So we had that yesterday, a big 2-hour special from the kids with all their New Year's resolutions and everything rocking and rolling. They're doing a fantastic job.
Man, that is great. And you enabled that. You made that happen, Danny. Very proud of you. And when you have some free time, you can come up here and help us do that here. Right?
Free time, yeah. Well, I didn't do it. Callie McCool did it. I got to give him all credit for that. It was his idea. He brought it to me, and I'm like, yes, let's make that happen, And I think we're in our 4th year of doing that. So that's kind of cool.
That's fantastic. And I still got to reach out to Delfest, too. I've got some ideas over there, so we'll keep you posted on that.
Well, cool, man. So you got snow up to your armpits up in Maryland, right? I mean, I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. I can't go above the Mason-Dixon line in the wintertime. I just can't do it.
Well, hold on now. We are still below. We are below the Mason-Dixon, okay?
Okay.
We are just, as a matter of fact, it's probably about a mile or two just north of where I'm sitting right now as I look out this studio window. But, they're calling for about 6 inches here tonight, and it's normal. I love the adventure.
Yeah.
You got to wear survival gear just to go out to Walmart, man, because if you break down these mountains, you never know what's going to happen. But I enjoy it. I love it, and love Frostburg, and that's where the station's based out of. So
okay, cool.
To come up here and visit us.
All right. Maybe I just don't get above the Tennessee line. Let's just go there. Okay. I mean, I used to have to travel, for meetings in the crazy corporate world. We'd be in Buffalo and, just, in New York and just endless meetings about absolutely nothing. The corporate world feels like you got to have a meeting every day or you're not being productive. They just have meetings to have meetings, and then they have meetings to plan the next meeting.
Oh, my God. I used to say that all the time. Thank God I got out of that stuff. And nowadays, I'm back in radio. Yeah, they can have all that. Like I've always said, that getting a job or real job is just so overrated.
Yeah.
We invite everybody. Come on over and join us in radio. Life's much better.
That's right. Good morning to Edwin, who is out there this morning. Mike Trehone is out there. Happy Wednesday to you guys. We are we're getting through over the week. I call it hump day, or some people call it hump day. I call it welcome to the halfway point, because that's what it is, because we can see the weekend from here, and it's everything's going to be shining brightly. And all that good stuff, and just burned it in the fire pit.
I love that idea. I'm listening to this song, and I said, what's next after radio? I think I'll just go down to I'll just come down to your place and tend bar at the chocolate bar. That's retirement.
Well, we always need bartenders. There's no doubt about it. Uncle Alex, who is our resident bartender and does the Bloody Marys for Sunday mornings with a Tiki Man, has been down in Boca since right before we went down to Key West in late October, November. So everybody's like, listen, I don't think he's coming back. Do you need a bartender? I'll come over and bartend. I'm like, listen, I'm holding this job as long as I can. Help yourself, that kind of thing, But luckily, he is on his way back now, as far as I know.
I hope he's having a good time. And, making the perfect Bloody Mary is like making the perfect martini. It's an endless task because everyone is a little different. I love it, man. I love Bloody Marys, love martinis.
Well, I don't know if you remember or not, but back in the day, we used to have Mama's Mater juice. And, she made a homemade tomato juice, and it made the best Bloody Marys that you could ever taste, And we would talk to her about it, how about giving us that recipe, She's like, nope, this is going with me when I go. And we swore there was some kind of secret ingredient in it because it helped you get over a hangover. It helped you do whatever, And I would go up there every time I went. I'm like, before I left, I'd try to get a case of it, and I'd take a picture and say, "We're good, everybody. We're good. I got a whole case of them, So."
Man, I'd love to try some of that. No, I've never had Mama's Mater juice, but if you can find something close to it, let me know.
I don't think there's anything out there, and unfortunately, those days are long gone. So it is what it is. George Diaz is going to join us here at 11:30 with Music on the Bay and give us an update. They are gearing up. I mean, we're just right around the corner, February the 25th through March the 1st, and they got a huge lineup this year. They are Trop Rock Music Association Event of the Year for I don't know how many times, and they do it well.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. No doubt about it. We've had so much fun at the meetings down there from Panama City over to the Keys and all that.
Yeah.
I miss it. But great memories, great times.
Yes.
Great artists.
Yeah, absolutely. Been there, done that, made a lot of, they must be 10 million pictures out there, so had a lot of fun and did a lot of great things. Unfortunately, we won't be back at Panama City this year. They have decided that they are going to downsize the event from musicians. They're going to do a lot of local bands as opposed to some of the well-known trop rock artists. They got rid of the sound company, Tektronix, that does such a fantastic job. And and we're out as well. So I'm so glad we were able to celebrate our 10th year of broadcasting that event. 10 years is a long time for any radio station anywhere to say that they've broadcasted a live event. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. And I applaud you for that. And I remember seeing all those pictures, when I tried to get a when I was in that place they call, getting a real job, and I'm watching you, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm jealous. I'm really getting jealous. He's everywhere all the time, down south, in the tropics. There's a Tiki Man. You can run, but you can't hide. You open up the Facebook page. Hey, there he's there. He's there. He's over there. He's here. I'm like, okay, I miss it. What am I doing? So here I am. I'm back. I'm back with my flock, back in my element, and I love just doing radio.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to get them to join us here at 11:30 and get caught up with them. And then, of course, we're going to play the interview that I did with Brooke Freeman on the Sunday show and with Waterways Organization, a nationally known and locally known nonprofit organization keeping the waterways clean. And during the break there, I was playing some videos from a couple of the sponsors that we're going to be interviewing on Friday. And I got to tell you, Johnny, when I was putting that all together, looking at those boats down there, my goodness, those are not the boats we bought 25 years ago, that's for sure.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen some cool looking stuff, and I've seen them where in the cockpit, the sides fold down and the back folds down, so you have a big dance floor. Now I'm talking medium-sized sport fishing boats, okay? And I've never seen anything like that. And I thought, well, there's a party waiting to happen. But yeah, we could use the boat, make it happen, Danny. Come on, man. We need a big boat, wrap around Coastal Americana Radio Network, and it's party on with the Tiki Man and Johnny B every day. Yeah,
that's right. So, but Boiling Point Contenders, I just getting an email from Brian Burns here right now. Boiling Point Contender, Michelle Boyle is going to be joining us at noon on Friday. I got to get with her after the show, but those are the part of the video that I was showing there. And before we get George in here, I want to play this video right quick of the music on the bay that I put out yesterday. Let me see here. I'm sure I got it in here somewhere. Here it is. And
Tiki Man Radio is very proud to be invited to the
we are excited to be down there.
2026, February the 25th through March the 1st. This will be the first time that Tiki Man Radio will be broadcasting live from Music on the Bay. B-Man and Michelle will be there. Tim and Michelle Myers will be there, along with Mo and others, coming together in Tampa Bay at Whiskey Joe's for a great cause, raising money for the Shriners Children's Hospital. Registration is now open. You can go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the banner and sign up today. We'll see you in Tampa Bay for the 14th annual Music on the Bay with Tiki Man Radio at Whiskey Joe's. Stop by the Tiki Man Radio tent and say hi, and we'll see you on the radio.
That's right. March 25th, or February the 25th through March the 1st. And let me see. Let me get us back over here where we were at. And boom, there you are, Johnny. And, of course, when it comes to Music on the Bay, I mean, listen, you're running out of time here for early registration. It ends on the 15th, and the price goes up to $170 with no goodie bag on the 16th. All right, so if you're getting ready, if you're on the fence, now is the time to register for early registration and save a little money there. And, of course, the last Whiskey Joe's $100 gift certificate will be drawn on the 15th tomorrow as well. So wow. It's all good stuff, and we were so proud to get the invite to be down there at Music on the Bay. And like I said, 10 years of broadcasting Panama City was a lot, and so we're glad to have that behind us and starting another chapter. When one door does close, that's what they told us. It's true. When one door closes, another one does open up.
That's right. I've always said that living out there on the edge of reality is where all things are possible in the unknown. But I got to tell you what, that's highly commendable, Danny. 10 years, man. You've done that a long time.
Yeah.
And that's huge on your resume. Not that you're going to need it, but it's huge to say that, yeah, I've hosted this. I'm just waiting for you to take off like NBC, ABC, or something like that. And I'm like, well, it's back to local radio. Here we were. I was national, and now I'm back to local.
Well, you've made it when you become like Ozzy had that reality show where they just follow you around the kitchen and listen to you mumble to yourself. That's when you've made it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's radio. I think we should just all pile in at your place, get the DJs, and we'll do a reality show. I don't know how Heather would like it, but, yeah, we'll all be down there at the bar.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
I have
see.
a great idea. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see if we can get Mr. Diaz in here and Music on the Bay and tell us all about it. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Man, I'm telling you, we are rocking and rolling, and it looks like you guys are in a full-blown ready, get your act together, get signed up, and get down here to Music on the Bay mode right now.
I think you phrased that perfectly. Yes, we are. We are definitely warming things up for everybody, and making sure that our event is worthy of all the fans that we have.
Well, you guys do a fantastic job. I don't know how many times you guys have won Trop Rock Music Awards for Event of the Year. I'm sure you know, but it doesn't really matter. The people that go can tell a difference between that event and any other event that they go to. That's why so many people want to go.
Well, we really, truly appreciate all of the support and all of the fans that we have for the event, and what really makes the event are the fans that we do have, and everybody that shows up to support the artists and the Shriners kids. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what it's all about. When they show up, it just changes everything for you.
Well, it's true. My dad was a Shriner, and even he was a truck driver, and he was a Shriner, and he was a Mason, and all that stuff. And even after he retired, he drove the bus of the kids from Chattanooga up to Lexington, and as long as he could, and then he couldn't do it anymore, and he passed away some years ago. But it was I had so many people that came up to me at his funeral. And it says, "Listen, if it wasn't for your dad, I wouldn't be here right now." So it's raising money and helping out the Shriners Hospital and the kids. It's a cause you guys have been involved with for a long, long time.
Yes, we have. We've been doing it now. This was for over 13 years now. This will be the 14th one. So we're stoked about doing it. So.
All right. Well, cool.
But it's going to be a fantastic event. I mean, we've got 32 different acts over the 5 days. I mean, you want to talk about some numbers? We have over 105 artists that are showing up. It's probably going to be actually more than that. It's going to be a blast. We've got some. So the big difference that I think in Music on the Bay is it is a big party. It is all the time party. You meet your friends. Everybody's there. We've got the bars, we've got the music, we've got the bands, we've got the beach, and it's all what Margaritaville and Jimmy Buffett is all about. Just good friends, great music, and some time on the water there. So
yeah,
we can't wait.
Yeah, it's 105 artists. I was going to say anybody that's everybody that or knows somebody's going to be there. That's for sure. I mean, there's a lot of musicians and artists, and they're all fired up about it. It's that kind of thing where you kick off the year Music on the Bay, and then you kind of go from there. So you guys are early registration. I've got ends tomorrow, and then the price goes up with no goodie bag on the 16th. And then the last Whiskey Joe's $100 gift certificate will be drawn on the 15th. So if anybody out there is on the fence, now is the time to get signed up and get out there. I mean, everything going as planned? Everything ready to rock and roll?
I think so. I mean, we've got all the bands all set up. We've got some new people showing up that have not been to Music on the Bay. We've got Todd Sparks. He's going to be coming over, and Kerry Welling, Mick Fury, Mark Mulch. We've got I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him, but he has a big following on the reggae side, and it's Eric Swanson, and he's got a band that is just going to blow everybody away. And then we've got a new act coming in. It's called Homegrown, and I think if you all remember Pirate Flag,
yep.
I don't think that these boys are going to disappoint anybody. They put on one great show, and we're looking forward to it. And of course, we've got some returnees. We've got Mr. Myers. He's coming back after a long hiatus there. And Robin Tricker will be back. We've got the Boat Drunks, Flip Flop Republic, Conk Republic. Jim Asbell is going to be back because last year he wasn't able to make it due to his son's wedding.
Yep.
We've got him back. And then Jonas and his band will be here. Mike Nash is going to be showing up as well again. So you name it. I mean, all the ones that people are jonesing about, just trying to go ahead and see. We're making a big effort to make sure that we have enough of them, and also bring some new acts in that people may have not seen. So
Sure.
We've got to keep it fresh,
Well, that's I mean, that's always a challenge. I mean, we just finished up 9 years of doing our event down in Key West, and that's kind of, we wanted to have some locals. We wanted to have the ones that everybody knows, and then we would always have the new artists. I can remember, Jonas Lawrence, first time in Key West, playing when we were at the Tiki House doing our event. All these, a lot of these artists played over that 9-year period that never been to Key West, and Robin Tricker never been to Key West, that kind of thing. So it's a challenge because you want to include. You got to have a draw, but you want to introduce the new artist as well and keep it fresh, and it can be a little challenging.
It is challenging. It's very challenging, but it's a lot of fun, and it's great. And I've never met a trop rock artist that I didn't love. Not just love them, because they're all so fantastic people. I mean, they're the nicest people in the world, greatest gentlemen and ladies. I mean, you just can't beat them. So it's hard making decisions. It really is.
Yeah. I got to tell you what, you mentioned a lot of names that bring back a lot of memories and great times. I've only been on the network here for a couple of weeks, but I think I'm going to ask for some vacation time and see if I can just come out and hang out with everybody.
Well, we're excited. The Coastal Americana Radio Network, we just formed at the beginning of the year. And, of course, that's Tiki Man Radio, Dockside Live Radio, Western Maryland Radio. We're streaming across all 3 radio stations right now. And we're down at the Tampa Bay Boat Show. We'll be doing some things down there. And, of course, the Tiki Man Radio crew. This will be our first year of broadcasting this event, how everything kind of worked out. We really appreciate the invite. And so we're all excited and geared up and ready to make it happen as well.
Well, we're excited to have Tiki Man Radio here, representing all the radio fans and trop rock, and I think it's going to be a fantastic combination, and we can't thank you enough for the partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. So if they're on the fence or they haven't registered, now's the time to do it, because early registration does end tomorrow. How do they need to go and register?
You go to musiconthebay.org.
musiconthebay.org, and we'll share that link as well. Or you can go over to tikimanradio.com and click on the banner for Music on the Bay, and it'll take you a direct link over there as well. But musiconthebay.org and get signed up.
Yes, sir.
Now, this Whiskey Joe's gift certificate, the last one, going to be, how do they go about if they want to, can they do that online, or do they have to be present, or what?
No, you don't have to be present. It's all the registrations. We go ahead and do we'll pick a ticket, basically, and we'll notify everybody. So you don't have to be there present or anything. You just have to register.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, cool. Well, that sounds pretty awesome. And of course, all of this is raising money for the Shriners Children's Hospital, a great cause. It's near and dear to my heart, and been close to our family's hearts for a long time. So it's always anything that we can do to help you guys out. Just reach out to us. I believe Dorothy maybe is going to be on Coastal Confessions Friday night with B-Man and Michelle on their live show. And so we're always here. If you got any other last minute things that you want to get out, or anything changes, just shoot me an email. We'll get you back on here sometime and talk about it before we get down there.
Sounds fantastic. So one thing I wanted to add right now, we all need to be proud of ourselves because we've raised almost $650,000 for the Shriners.
Wow.
Counting on everybody to show up again and come on out and let's make them some more money.
$650,000. Now that's what I'm talking about. Great job.
Yeah.
Well,
Great job, no doubt about it. And man, you guys just are rocking it. We're cheering you on here from the Great White North.
Well, come on down and get some warmth because I think by the end of February, everybody's going to need it.
that's right. You know, and I can remember when Island Jay was our partner, and he would have a huge tent down there. And one year he brought all those hoodies, and he said he sold every one of them because you never know. That time of year, it's kind of hit and miss. So it can be a little cool at night. So it's always a good idea to bring something, right?
Yes, it's going to be cool. It's going to be in the 60s, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
60s.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Johnny's got 5 feet of snow up in Maryland right now, so he doesn't want to hear that. You know, it's kind of like people from Key West that say, man, we're about to freeze to death down here. It's going to be 68 today. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, we're going into single digits tomorrow night, so yeah, it's time to crank up the heat.
Well, we certainly...
Come on down to Tampa and get some in February and late February and March and join us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. You guys keep us updated. If there's something that you just want us to say on the radio, you don't have to always get on here, but you're more than welcome to. And send it to us, and we'll make sure that we got our notes here and we can get the word out for you guys, okay?
I can't appreciate it more than I love you guys. So thank you very much.
All right, there we go. Music on the Bay coming up February the 25th through March the 1st. And again, early registration ends tomorrow, and the price goes up to $170 with no goodie bag. Okay, so now's the time to do it. Thank you for joining us. We're going to let you fly, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All righty, appreciate
Yes, sir.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Verona Corona is down in Mexico today, and she is chillaxing by the pool, having a fantastic time. Good morning to you, Verona Corona. Hope you're doing fabulous. And let's see, are you with me, Johnny?
Yeah, man, I am here running the soundboard, brother. I'll tell you what, that song, it was so good, I was chillaxing. I mean, it sounded like Dean Martin almost, you know?
Well, yeah, that's Mr. Bob Shealy, the Trop Rock Elvis. So I'm sitting down in Key West, and I'm staying across the street, basically, at the Speakeasy. And I go over to Key West Chris and Danny Hoy. You might remember me going down and doing a live broadcast down there one time, and at the Cork and Stogie, right? And so the next day, we're hanging out there at the Cork, as we called it, and they had a veranda. It's not a porch, okay? It's a veranda. You gotta get that straight right off the bat, because that's how I was educated. So we're sitting on the veranda of the Cork, and Bob Shealy is strumming a guitar, and I'm like, damn, you're like the Trop Rock Elvis. And it stuck. That name stuck. And since then, Bob has been here and played the summer party. He came down to our Escape to Paradise down in Mexico with us, hung out with us, and has been a part of the showcase for many years and has really become a really good friend. So Bob Shealy, the Trop Rock Elvis.
Man, I would love to hang out with him and just listen to those tunes, you know? I mean, it's like, Viva Las Vegas, baby. You know, with a Dean Martin style, it's like, oh my God, yeah, that had to be a blast.
Yeah.
Where was I at? Oh, I was at a real job. What was I thinking?
Yeah, sitting in a meeting somewhere, letting the corporate people suck the brains out of your thoughts and, you know, and everything else, you know, in a room somewhere, probably wearing a tie or something, you know, and it's just, you know, it's just bad. It's really bad for your health to be in those situations.
Yes, it is, you know, and I don't think they want, as they were trying to suck the thoughts out of my brain, I think you said it one time when you said, hey, Johnny, I'd like to get inside your head. On second thought, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
I might never make it out.
Yeah, I got to think if you could get inside my head, it just as soon as you get in there, we're running at full speed, right? Come on, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, and that's how we both roll. I mean, that's how we just mesh and blend, you know. We've been through this for so long. We've been together for so long, and it's like, you know, when you're on, I'm on. We know what each other's doing, and boom, we just roll.
Yeah, absolutely. So good morning to Verona Corona, chillaxing down at the pool in Mexico. Happy Wednesday to you. She don't even know what day it is, so it's probably good that we tell her that it is Wednesday. Not that it really matters. And the hippie chick is upstairs. She's listening out there. And everybody out there, hit that like button. That helps us out tremendously. I cannot tell you or stress how important that is. So please do that. And that helps us out a lot. We got a lot of things going on. One of the things, with this new adventure that I'm on, Johnny B, is I can get up at my leisure a little bit now, and I can cook breakfast, right? Normally, I would get dressed, get in a truck, and go off somewhere and work, be gone all day long, that kind of thing. But now I can cook breakfast. Katie Mae's like laying around waiting for me to get up because she knows I'm going to throw some sausage in the skillet, and cook a little bacon, that kind of thing. And I got it down to an art, man. I'm running the kitchen. I can have the whole thing cooked, in about 20 minutes. So it's kind of nice.
You do it all, Danny. You're running the kitchen. You're running the studio. I've got my biscuits and gravy ready to go for the big snowstorm in the morning. So that's what I'll be doing prior to sound checks. But you're the one that taught me how to bake bacon, man. I'm like, how in the heck do you bake bacon? How many years ago was that you taught me? I'm like, let me try this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm watching the oven, like watching the TV, and I'm like, wow, he was right. You can bake bacon. I didn't know that.
You know what? That's right. And first of all, let me say, I don't run the kitchen, okay? That's, you get me in trouble with that. But I can cook breakfast, and I can cook if I have to, right? If I need to throw something together, I can bring it. I can make something really quick, so I don't have a problem with that. But I am an extraordinaire when it comes to pancakes and stuff like that. So, I got my strong points or whatever, but I don't run the kitchen. As a matter of fact, I try to stay the hell out of there as much as possible.
Well, I stand corrected, and Heather, I apologize if you're listening. Now I know who runs the kitchen, but I tell you what, I know Danny can run a bar and he can run a radio station, but he can cook in the kitchen.
Yeah, we're not going to starve to death, Johnny. I mean, if push comes to shove, I'll cook us something. We'll be fine. So.
Well. I'll tell you, we had to get our supplies last night. Big storm moving in this evening, and I'm like, all right, man, we got to get some food in the house. I need biscuits, sausage, gravy. I'm ready. Got bacon in the freezer. Know how to bake that now, so we're all good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how y'all live that way, but as far as once the snow, because all of our friends that listen up in Canada, right? They the snow comes. And then there's a point where they're like, listen, I'm not sure if the roof's going to be able to make it this winter, because it's got so much snow on top of it, So and then I got friends up in Ohio. It starts snowing one day, and then it doesn't stop. And then it turns black and brown, and they pile it up on the sidewalk. There are no more sidewalks to walk on. Then they scoop it all up, and the Walmart parking lot becomes the overflow for the snow.
Yeah. We've got some of the biggest snow plows up here I've ever seen in my life. And the picture that you see behind me here is Cumberland, Maryland. Mm-hmm. And by tomorrow morning, that will be all white. So that's pretty cool. I like it. It's the adventure,
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's why we have such a beautiful country, because there's so much diversity when it comes to what people like. And, people in Alaska, they're like, well, I don't understand how y'all stand in that heat all the time. I don't know what your problem is, so. They're sitting up there at an igloo going, hey, listen, there's no way in hell I'd go down there and be that hot all day long.
Oh, man. Well, you get used to it, You get used to it. I get it. It's worse up north in Canada and out in Ohio and all that lake effect snow. But, we just say, hey, if it gets bad enough, we're just going to head down to Chattanooga, hang out with Danny for a while, Danny and Heather, and, make the best of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Boiling Point, I was playing that video in between the songs there. They're going to join us on Friday, and we got Seaward Products. They're going to be joining us. Now, what they do is they design products like, they basically transform your dock into a masterpiece, So more details to come with that. They're going to join us on Friday as well. And I was looking at, I think it's Boiling Point, and they're a boat dealer down in Tampa. And man, woo, my goodness, those boats are High grade, man. But they work with a company, or they work with an organization, nonprofit organization, dedicated to protecting the intercoastal waterways called Ocean Ridge. So I'm going to want to get involved in that as well and get some more information. And we're going to be taking waterways. YouTube will allow us to have an organization that they will support as well. So we're going to add waterways, and we're going to learn some more information about Ocean Ridge. There's nothing better than keeping the water clean, no matter where it's at. Intercoastal, down in the Keys, keeping the coral reefs safe, or right here in Harrison Bay, keeping the water clean.
Oh, absolutely. When we go tubing, rafting, or we're out on the lake, we want clean water. And thank goodness there's organizations like that encourage people to pick up after yourselves, and they go out there and they clean up the mess that people have left behind anyway.
Sure.
And it's safer for all of us.
Yeah, and if you're out on the water, for God's sakes, don't throw stuff in the water, all right? I mean, people are literally out there fishing and throwing trash in the water. Like, what do you think the fish is swimming around in?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
And then you got water skiers out there, and if they fall off the skis, you hit your head on something that's floating.
Mm-hmm.
But, in the interview the other day, it was very interesting. She talked about throwing tires offshore, creating artificial reefs, and nobody really thought that the tires would leach and create other environmental hazards.
That's right. Which got me to thinking, because I know we have some local private docks or whatever. They've used those tires, they put chains through them, and then they put them in the water to keep the wake from coming into the marina where they got all their boats sitting there, rocking backwards and forth and all that. I understand, if you got a $500,000 boat, you don't want it all scratched up in a marina like that. But now you're creating a hazard in the water with those tires.
Right. But Floating Docks Manufacturing's got the solution for that.
That's right.
They have those buffer walls. I forget what they're called, but keeps that wake from rolling into where the boats are docked in the marina.
There you go, Johnny B. That's exactly right. The Trop Rock Junkies is out there. Good morning and happy Wednesday to the Trop Rock Junkies, man. Those guys were rocking the stage down at the showcase down in Key West this past November. They had one of the happy hour shows, and, man, they always put on a great show.
They do, and I remember them from way back in the days when we first got started.
Mm-hmm.
Trop Rock Junkies, man. And these names, they're still out there. They're still rocking it. They're still going to the festivals, and I appreciate that. And I thank them all for bringing us so much entertainment and music that invokes all that emotion.
Yeah.
Just even up here in the north, you feel like you're at the beach.
That's right. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. We're going to replay that interview we did with Brooke from Waterways coming up after this song, and hope you enjoy it and get to learn more about Waterways, because we'll be talking a lot about it coming up. So happy Wednesday, everybody. You're listening to Weekdays with the Tiki Man and Johnny B. That's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 1. Because I just can't do any more radio other than that, because I'm also doing a Sunday show. Let's don't forget, I got a Sunday show I do as well. So, and that's 3 hours every week. But and it must be 12 o'clock because I hear Katie May getting ready to go, and she's got to go outside. She knows, I think she's got a watch on her or whatever. But and let's see if we can get Brooke in here. Let me see here. I see her in the green room there. Let's see here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you just fine. Brooke Flamen with the Waterways organization, and I'd played a video earlier in the show to kind of give everybody. I basically took you in the video, and I'm directing those guys over to you guys' website to see the longer version of it. But I kind of condensed it a little bit just for the show to prepare for you guys being on. But what a great organization that you guys have had for 20 years. I mean, tell us a little bit about Waterways.
Yeah, so we actually celebrated our 21st anniversary this year.
Nice.
We were founded by this wonderful, wacky lady, if you know her, Mary Beth Sutton.
Yeah.
She founded the organization. In the Caribbean, actually. So our roots are in St. Lucia, and we have a division that works out of St. Lucia. We have some staff in Belize, and we've had a pretty large footprint in the Caribbean as well. But she was prompted probably 12 or 14 years ago to bring some of that good work home. So that's when the Tennessee efforts really started. But in a nutshell, we are a watershed conservancy. We focus on watershed education and restoration. We want to keep people in the creeks and the lakes and make sure that they have those spaces to play in, and that it's clean, and that the animals can thrive there. So that's our goal. She wants us to be out of business by 2050.
Well, that would be nice. I mean, we are so fortunate. I grew up here, and we've always had the lakes, the rivers, the mountains, the trees. It's such a beautiful place. The whole Chattanooga Valley is, and but people need to know how to take care of their community, and there's no better way. I know from working, the River City Parrot Heads, we would attend that event every year, if we could, for the Tennessee River Rescue. I believe it's in October. And yes. we would always make time to go do that. But people need to know how to do it. And, in the email I sent you, we spend a lot of time down in the Florida Keys, helping to save the Keys and keep because it's a coral rock, and it's very important to not only the environment, but everything around us. And so, it's nice to be able to come home now and kind of focus on our backyard. So we're very, very interested in helping you guys and doing anything that we can. But one of the things that I noticed is that you guys focus a lot on the education part of it, getting the kids involved.
Yes, absolutely. That's about half of our work is actually outreach and engagement and working directly with students. This past year, in person, I think we worked with over 6,000 students.
Wow.
In the region. And that's not even including some of our Caribbean efforts, too, which are very education-based as well. But I love that you guys are out there on the coastlines and then coming back here, because it's all connected.
Yeah.
So what we do here in our local streams and creeks, rivers and creeks, they're all living systems. They're all moving and connected, and they empty out into the ocean. So what we do here actually impacts ocean health, our coastlines, everything like that. So, education is a huge, huge part of that. And I'm throwing around this word watershed. And that's kind of a big effort of ours, is to help everybody recognize that they live in a watershed, mm-hmm. which is it just means an area of land where anytime it rains, that rainfall is moving downhill, and it's going to move and take with it. It's going to carry things like trash or pollutants or dirt, and it's going to make its way to the nearest creek or stream. So what you do in your home property, on your school campus, all of that impacts your local waterways.
Yeah. And as you guys say, we need clean water to live. So this is, everybody should have an interest in this as well. And we have another event we call the Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise, and we go to a different island every year, and we take some of our listeners with us, and we have a great time, but we try to get to know some of the local people while we're there, and venture out and all that stuff. And they're all doing the same thing. They're all trying to take care of their community, whether it's in this past year we was in Costa Rica. Before that, we were down in Jamaica and Mexico and Dominican Republic. So there's a lot of that. Now, those countries struggle at a lot of other things, and they're just trying to survive in a lot of ways. So it's great that you guys started out in the Caribbean and have brought that to the country here to educate everybody.
Yeah, and we have some programs with students in St. Lucia and Belize, and we have them Zoom and meet with students here, and it's just so funny how similar some of their issues are in terms of water quality and water pollution. The big things are flooding and litter, and all of those things kind of come up. So we all have these shared issues that we can kind of focus on and collaborate and figure out how to make an impact on that local scale. Yeah. So it's pretty fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, being here in Harrison Bay, obviously the lake and the park and everything, is a mile away here. So we're very interested in that. And I want to try to get involved in some of the other things. I noticed you guys meet at some of the local breweries and have a meeting from time to time. I've saw some wine events in there as well, so you try to make it as fun as possible. So we're going to try to attend some of those meetings. And so you guys can know about Tiki Man Radio as well. I mean, we've been here for 10 years, streaming right here in your backyard and focused on everything else. But with the Coastal Americana Radio Network now, we are focused on the marina life and connecting basically the beach life to the lake house. And so getting involved into our local community through safety, teaching people, teaching kids how to, the next generation, how to take care of the waterways. And it really has a lot to do with safety. There's a lot of things in the water that people throw in there that these kids are just jumping off of a boat into and don't know. So it's very important.
Right. Yeah. And I love that you brought up that. So Nature by the Pint, it's a fun talk series that we do
Yeah.
at the Odd Stories Greenhouse. And that's kind of, we just want to bring people together and kind of, introduce certain ideas or certain topics and kind of pique that interest, because everything comes back to water. So it's not a super water focused program. Like we do things on, fossils or I'm drawing a blank. What's the next one? It's geology, I think. That's what just those kind of lighthearted conversations can really get the ball started. So we love to do stuff like that. And yes, save the date. I think it's Friday, March 27th. Okay. We are going to host Save Water Soiree. So it's our annual fundraiser and auction and awards. And it's going to be at Greenway Farm this year.
Oh,
so
very nice. Very nice.
Should be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to keep up with you guys, and we've got a link on our website to you guys' website now. That way we can direct people over there because we have a lot of people that come to town for the show. I hate to put this out there, but, once you guys discover our chocolate bar and our tiki bar and everything else, we might end up having some meetings here. You never know. But, we want to introduce ourselves to you guys, and we want to do anything and everything we can to help get the word out. And you guys are always welcome to come on the show or come in here to the studio. You can see this is the hippie chick over there, wave hippie chick, and B-Dog. And we have plenty of room here in the studio for anybody that wants to come by and talk about waterways at any time. Okay.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it. Yeah. Supporting the Tennessee River Rescue, that's one of our biggest events of the year, with a huge turnout and a huge impact. This year, I think we recovered 60,000 pounds of trash.
Wow.
I know it's kind of an awful and like a wonderful number to report.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a mostly one day effort. So we have some schools that throughout the month of October that participate and do some campus cleanup work too, but that's mostly one day. So that's just a snapshot of this year from Knox County to Colbert County, Alabama, the trash in our waterways. So the more people that we can get involved and the awareness that we can raise around that, I think we can start to tackle some of these big issues like plastic pollution and littering that ends up in our waterways. Yeah. So we really appreciate you getting the word out.
Yeah, I mean, down in the Keys, specifically Key West, they have events called plogging, and they do it on a weekly basis. And basically, a group of people meet up at like Mallory Square, and they walk around. They pick an area, and they're picking up cigarette butts and everything, kind of keeping the island clean. And we have another show on Friday night called Coastal Confessions that's live from Key West with one of our DJs down there, and he's one of the organizers for this. And he said this past week he had so many people, like 120 volunteers that showed up, that they didn't have enough buckets. And that's a great problem to have, because you still have to organize that trash that is picked up. It still has to be, and I don't know how many tons of cigarette butts that they've picked up. down there because people, tourists, whatever, just discard it. They're having a good time, and
he just posted this week's stats.
Did he?
They picked up 5 gallons of cigarette butts,
5 gallons,
73 pounds of recycling, and 165 pounds of trash
in 1 day.
1 hour.
In 1 hour. In 1 hour. So
that's crazy.
That's amazing.
124 volunteers.
Yeah. So I can understand from everything that we're involved with and what they're involved with down there that you guys wish that you could do it every week or every month or whatever, but volunteer, you don't, listen, you can organize, I'm assuming you could organize an event anytime you wanted to, if you really wanted to keep your park clean, or whatever,
Yeah, of course. The city of Chattanooga, we actually partner to have an Adopt a Waterway program. So that's cleanups that happen all year long. And the Tennessee River Rescue Waterways helps coordinate it, but it's a network of over 60 community organizations who are doing cleanups all year long. Yeah. So it's the combined effort on an annual scale. I can't even imagine. I know there's one group out of Ray County. They consistently each year pull 50 to 60,000 pounds just out of, I think, Watts Bar Lake.
Wow.
So, and it's like, it doesn't even sound like a real number, but a lot of that is tires and things like that are so bulky and heavy. But yeah, it needs a consistent effort. And it's not just nonprofit groups and volunteer groups. You have state and federal entities that employ people or empower groups to go out and do these cleanups too. So it's very much a concerted, combined effort, and there's still trash. So back to the point that it's an education issue. We've got to talk to folks about, do you understand that tires don't make good fish habitat?
No,
we don't want them for fish beds. And I think people kind of have that assumption, or they don't understand that they leach these really harmful chemicals that actually kill fish. When introduced to like high heat environments and things like that. So I think it comes down to that education point that litter will impact all of us, because whether you know it or not, your drinking water comes from the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
So everything we put in there, not only can some things not be removed on a chemical level, but yeah, that's your drinking water. So
right.
You're paying for those additional chemicals to be attempted to be removed, like PFOS and
glyphosate.
Glyphosate, some of those things. Yeah, glyphosate. That's a hot topic.
Yeah,
that is a hot topic. Well, it is with me. So.
Yeah. She's all into the environment as well. And some of these private boat clubs or boat docks or boat marinas or whatever. I've known for them to go out and get like 100 tires to try to block the waves coming into their marina where the boats are, and they're creating a whole nother problem. And I think, that's just a lack of education when it comes to that, of what you're doing. And that's where programs like Waterways and Tennessee River Rescue and everything that you guys are doing to help educate the community is very important.
Absolutely. And I'd like to think that it mostly is just an education issue, and it's not willful. Littering and things like that happen. A lot of it is escaped trash, so it's just not being properly disposed of, and it's falling off the back of trucks, or it's events that don't gauge their trash needs big enough, and so storms happen and it all gets washed out. Or even unfortunately sometimes we can directly link it to encampment sites, so it's a social issue as well. So it's a huge effort. A lot of different groups in the community that need to come together to work on this issue.
Sure.
But kids are all fired up. They love the litter hunt. So we try to suit these schools up with the gear they need to be able to at least tackle it on their campus. So gloves and grabbers and trash bags and things like that. So if we can get the kids on it, that's the next generation. So hopefully they'll know better.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun for them. As a kid, I took it for granted to go down in the creek and look for crawdads and crawfish and find them under a rock or whatever, in a creek somewhere. Some of these kids have never done that, and I'm sure that when they get an opportunity to have a tadpole in their hand or something, they're like, this is amazing. And that every creek, every water stream leads to the ocean at some point.
Exactly.
So everything is all connected, and if you can ever connect the dots, in especially the young mind, you are impacting the next generation.
Absolutely, and that's one of my favorite things to do is actually take some groups out, get them in the creeks, or we actually have a wetlands program, a field trip program at Enterprise South Nature Park, and letting them see what lives there.
Oh, it's so beautiful there.
Enterprise,
yeah, I mean, it is amazing.
Well, that's another sore subject right now. The the park over there. We won't go into all that, but I think we're all on the same page about protecting that area over there. So
absolutely, yeah.
Yes, but I mean, the kids that, especially after COVID, when they weren't getting out and having those field trip experiences, just being able to get them out on the trail, connected with nature, and yet holding the crawdad or a fish or a tadpole. You can just see them light up.
Yeah.
And it's, we would have kids race down and say, like, are there alligators or sharks? So just making that local connection, showing them what lives here, and how they kind of depend on us to make sure their habitat is okay. I think it really does stick with the kids.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite places down in the Keys is the Turtle Hospital. And they go out and rescue the turtles that get tangled up in fishing nets or get run over by boats or whatever, and they nurse them back together. And my granddaughter, who's getting ready to graduate from high school, has decided she wants to be a marine biologist, and she's wanting to go to she's going off to college to be a marine biologist. And I'm hoping that all these years, as she's heard me talk about how important it is, like the Turtle Hospital and all this stuff, maybe that helped her in her thought process there. But I'm very excited about that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's fantastic. We need more scientists out there, especially women.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, I really appreciate you. I know you're busy. We've been planning this for like a month or something, and I'd send her an email, and then, I'd wait. She stays busy, and but I really appreciate you taking time to come over and share what you guys do, and know that Tiki Man Radio and the Coastal Americana Radio Network is here to help and get the word out, and not only that, but get involved. And that's what separates what we do here, is we actually get involved. We don't just talk about it. They say, "Oh man, these people are fantastic. You should go out and do something." We're going to actually do it ourselves. So
yeah,
all right, I'll hold you to it. Yeah, next river rescue.
That's right.
There you go. Well, all right. How can people find out more information about what you do? Where do they need to go?
Yeah, they can go to our website, mywaterways.org, or they can search us on social media. And so our handle is just at mywaterways. And for the river rescue, it has its own website, so TennesseeRiverRescue.org and at Tennessee River Rescue. And I'm the coordinator for that, so the more the merrier. So please, yes, if you know of a site that needs a cleanup, we'll get the word out, and we'll try to get you some volunteers for this next year. So thank you guys so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah. Tell
Thank
everybody
you,
about Tiki Man Radio. They can download a free app. I got to think that people would be more happy if they had some positive music out there playing in the background, because all of our music is focused on being happy. We don't do politics. We don't do religion. We don't get involved in all that nonsense. We focus on escapism and what we call trop rock or coastal Americana radio. So it's happy vibes. Cut off the negativity and turn on the positivity is what we do. So
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
Share the information about Tiki Man Radio, and we'll be in touch. And you guys are welcome to jump on here anytime or come by here and get in the show. It'd be great.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
All right, Brooke. Shame on you if you missed the Sunday show, but I understand people got things to do. And but I know you hung out with Eric Stone a lot down in the Keys there, Johnny B.
Yeah, man, I got to tell you what, we had a great time. Wow, great memories with Eric. I hosted live shows at his restaurant bar And he was so happy with everything in those days that he actually wanted the station to be anchored at his marina bar. And that's where boats could pull up. And he went through all the hoops with the zoning commission and everything else. And we just didn't have the room or couldn't even build out from the docks. We got shut down. But, great memories with Eric Stone.
Yeah. I believe I want to call. It's been a long time, but I want to say that was called the Dockside Bar or something like that. I can't remember now.
Yeah. And one of his big backers was Bob Bitchin, who was a publisher of Biker Magazine, Tattoo Magazine, and he owns the big sailing vessel, Lost Soul. Yeah. And he's got the book Lost Soul. I love that book. And he was an incredible guy, man, just a great guy. He said, well, I don't know anything about sailing, so I sold my publishing companies, and he sold out just in time before the big digital craze came along, and sold out and spent the next couple years sailing around the world. He said, I didn't know anything about sailing, but I'm going to learn. I always wanted to do it.
Yeah, and did. And we had Bob on, I don't know, probably last year sometime, early last year. We had him on the show. He had just, those fires they had out in California. He had a big house out there, and it burnt down. And a lot of that memorabilia that he had from all those trips that they sailed around, because he literally did. He stayed on the water for years. And Eric Stone was him, and they still work together at some point, because he's got a little newsletter that he still sends out that I get from time to time. But we had, he used to be the bodyguard for Evel Knievel, So
yeah, he's got a long history. And if we go back even further, you remember Captain Joe Berta from up in Canada actually rode with Bob Bitchin back in those Hell's Angel days.
Yeah.
I don't know the full story, but I know they rode together in those days. And, man, I tell you what, those guys they lived on the edge of adventure, and I respect that. But I'm sorry to hear about Bob.
Yeah, that was it was a horrible thing. It had just happened. We had been talking about getting him on the show, and he's a lot older now, and so we would coordinate all that stuff, and then they had those fires, and he lost his house. It may have been 2 years ago now. I'm not sure, but anyway, but yeah, there's a guy who loved writing about the motorcycles and all that stuff, and he had those magazines and all that stuff. He was a publisher, a writer, and he kind of took it from there, following his dream, and then turned it into sailing. So it's an amazing story. I really had a great time talking to him.
Man, I tell you what, I missed that interview. But maybe sometime in the future. You never know.
Yeah. Well, it's out on YouTube, but you can go out and check it out. Just search Bob Bitchin on Tiki Man Radio, and you'll be able to hear it. But, anyway, back to Brooke. What a great organization that is. I'm just blown away by what they're doing, and I'm looking forward to getting involved with them and learning about this other organization down in Florida called Ocean Ridge. That's dedicated to protecting the intercoastal waterways. So anything we can do about the water, keeping the water clean and safe, and educating these kids too on the next generation, because they got to take over. We ain't gonna be here forever, Johnny B.
I know, and it's amazing. Yeah, we're not going to be here forever. Like you said the other day, we got lesser days in front of us than we do behind us. But
that's right.
I think, what was that, 60,000 pounds of trash on the Tennessee River that they picked up?
Yeah, in one day.
God.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes right there. It really does.
Yeah, just tells you how dirty we are down here in Tennessee.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, how we just don't care about the water. That's what that says to me. But, you got to, like anything else, you got to touch one person, educate one person, and they educate the next person, and so on and so on. And, you get a little better as time goes by.
Yeah. Yes, with the, as this generation comes up, there's a level of accountability, and that includes taking care of the environment.
Yeah.
And they need to be educated, It's just, it's got to happen. We've got people up here all the time involved, and picking up trash. It's a tourist town,
Yeah.
and they encourage people, don't do that, man. It's not cool, here's trash cans, put it in the trash. But I think it's an outstanding organization, and what they're doing is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see here. We got a big show for you Friday. We've got a couple of interviews from the boat show, and of course, Dockside Live is down there now, and they're at the boat show and going to be streaming it live on Dockside Live. And then, of course, we'll be doing the interviews on Friday, and we're in the process of getting all that worked out as we speak. I mean, literally as we speak. So, looking to have a good Friday. It's going to be a jam-packed day, a couple of interviews, and as we get ready for Friday, we're halfway through the week, and we made it, and we get to Friday, and it's time to chillax a little bit. Everybody looks forward to Friday.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm working the angle on getting that 62-foot Hatteras for us.
Hey, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm working it. I don't. We may have to apply for funding to keep the thing maintained, but I'm working it, Dan. Don't worry, I got your back, brother.
Yeah, the gas alone is a problem. But, I was looking at some of those boats last night at the boat show, and I was thinking, man, that's a lot of radio shows right there.
Yeah, no kidding. You know what? You mentioned gas. I'll tell you, I'd mentioned the other day that my dad's a retired sport fishing mate, and the boat came in one day, and I was there and, helped tie off, and I jumped on board, and he said, yeah, go ahead and fill up that port tank, and I did, and it was $1,400 on the fuel pump.
Yeah, there's a point where you're like, is this thing got a hole in it or what? What's going on here?
I sat there forever to pump 1,400 gallons. That was in one tank that wasn't even, empty at all, Those boats burn a lot of gas. That was a big 62-foot Hatteras.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying it, man. I love that boat. We could use another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that baby all wrapped up. Coastal Americana Radio Network. That'd be great. Selling into whatever port we go to.
Yeah. Well, the actual owner of that boat was a contractor who remodeled just about every Sears and Safeway in America. So he had the money. And it was it was kind of by accident how they hooked up. They took him out fishing on a boat one day, and he said, hey, fellas, would you like to run my boat? And they said, we'd have to talk terms. He said, okay. He went out and bought a 62-foot Hatteras. He said, how's that for terms?
Yeah, how's that for terms? Yeah, what are you waiting on? What's your excuse now?
Yeah. So, he gave the captain X amount of dollars to outfit it with the electronics. My dad outfit it with all the sport fishing gear. And he said, fellas, just send me the receipts. If you need any more, just let me know.
Donna and Bob Cummings is out there today. They're up in the Brap Shack up in Old Forge, New York, and they're talking back and forth with Veronica Corona, and she's like, I don't know what day it is, and I don't really care anymore. I'm like, okay, fine. She's in Mexico. Yeah. She don't care.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care about the snow or anything.
Yeah.
I tell you, that was an amazing story you talked about the other day with you and Jimmy Parrish up in Canada. I missed that trip.
Well, Verona is, if she's still out there, she knows I'm going to bring it up, So she, she all she does is drink instant coffee, right? And it's like literally in the cabinet next to the Tang. Okay, so Jimmy and I are like, man, this is not going to work. We're going to have some coffee. I mean, like by the gallons. Okay, this is we're going to run out of instant coffee, and so Tim Hortons coffee up in Canada at the time. You could go get these big boxes of them. And another one of our friends up there, Tinkerbell, I think, brought in a couple of boxes of it. And we're like, God, I love you. She's all I got is instant coffee. I'm like, damn, Verona, what the hell's going on here? This is not going to work. We're going to have to find some coffee, okay?
Oh my God, no, I can't do that. It kind of just eats a hole in my stomach. But I love coffee, you know that. But I wish I'd have been there on that trip. I can't imagine the three of us together. What kind of trouble could we have possibly gotten into?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great time. Let's see here. Trying to find. Let me see here. She's since the Tiki Island radio days, Veronica Corona has become right famous, and Jonas Lawrence Band wrote a song about her, which she now tries every day to live up to. Okay, it's talking about the frozen north up in Canada and going down to Mexico and all that stuff, and here she is down in Mexico right now. So how about a little Jonas Lawrence Band with Veronica Corona? Weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio, part of the Coastal Americana Radio Network. Tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for Weekdays with the Tiki Man and Johnny B. Streaming live on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel and Tiki Man Radio, part of the Coastal Americana Radio Network. The Tiki Man and Johnny B are focused on the lifestyle from the lake house to the beach house and having some fun. That's Weekdays with the Tiki Man and Johnny B from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Island Time, right here on Tiki Man Radio. Stop by and have some fun. Monday nights starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Island Time, get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man and his conductors. Live from Crown Point, Indiana. Ed and the conductors are focused on the local artists of the Indiana area. It's time for you to get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man. 6 p.m. Eastern Island Time on Tiki Man Radio. Tuesday at noon, it's Callie McCool and his student crew, Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning to do radio and produce their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. That's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew every Tuesday at noon. Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m., it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Misha, live from Key West, bringing you all the happenings of Key West and the surrounding area. In-studio guests and having some fun. That's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Misha, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Friday. Saturday from midnight to noon, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday. This is where we open up the massive archives of Tiki Man Radio and take you back to that old shagging music, complete with commercials and funny clips. Jukebox Saturdays every Saturday. Sunday, it's the big show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time right here on Tiki Man Radio. Streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam on YouTube. Jump into the chat and be a part of the show. That's Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday right here on Tiki Man Radio. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you download the free Tiki Man Radio app. Subscribe to the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel and hit the little bell there for all the notifications. And if you would like to sponsor one of these great shows, reach out to us at tikimanradio@gmail.com. Come over and be part of the show. That's right. Come over and be part of the show, the Coastal Americana Radio Network. And, Johnny, the Verona Corona has become right famous. And, you know, there's a moment there back in the day, back in the Tiki Island radio days, where I'm talking to her. I'm doing, because I would do my happy hour show at night on Tiki Island Radio. And she's chiming in. She's like, "You're getting it all wrong. My name is Corona Verona." And I was like, "No, that's not going to work. Your name is now Verona Corona." And if we hadn't had that moment, okay, if we hadn't had that moment, it would have changed the course of time with songs being written about her and everything else. So, you know, the little things matter, you know.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, now that the song's written about her, she's living the dream. And that's what happens when you put it out there.
Sure.
You know, she was with us in the early days. She's been with you. Now she's back with us here on the network. And I see her there on the show, your show on Sundays. I tell you what, man, she's doing it. What can you say? And then you have a song written about you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, listen, she's been here. She came down here one time for the summer party and stayed a month. Okay.
Really?
I don't know if it was a whole month. It seemed like a month. It really seemed like 2 months. But anyway, the next week, we took her sightseeing. We took her to Rock City. We took her to different places here in town and all that kind of stuff, and just had a blast. Whether we're here or Rock City or at the Tiki Bar or up in Canada or down in Key West, she's come down to Jamaica at our Escape to Paradise. We've spent a lot of time together. So.
Wow.
But it all started from that Verona Corona thing, Of course, we've had her Miss Trudy, her mom, and her sister, Monica, is our producer for the Sunday show.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I think I need to we need to take another trip to Canada, but bring our own coffee.
Well, yeah. But if you're going up to see Verona Corona, you better bring something to eat and some coffee, okay, especially coffee. Okay, that's very important.
Yeah, and a gift like a bottle of rum or a case of rum.
Yeah, something like along those lines. Some reef rum would be great. Bring some reef rum. Smuggle it across the border. And the statutes of limitations has ran out now, but we did get a chance to smuggle some reef rum down to Costa Rica. So,
did you?
Compliments of somebody that will remain anonymous right now, just in case anybody's listening.
Dude, I'm a bad influence on you. Seriously. I've got some stories that I probably shouldn't share, But yeah, I've done some stuff like that flying into places without passports and getting out. So
she said it was only 1 week, silly. Well, it seemed like a month, but it was a long time.
A week, a month. Oh my God. Yeah, you may say that about me one day. Show up at the chocolate bar. We couldn't get rid of them. Hell, we just put them here in the studio.
There's this moment because she has to record everything on her phone, right? And so we're in the bumper cars. I'm like, finally, I'm gonna get her on the bumper cars. And there's this one smart aleck little kid, and he's ramming all the old people, and it knocks Verona's phone out, and they have to stop the whole ride. I'm like, what are you doing? I can't take you nowhere.
Man, it'd be great to meet her.
Yeah.
It really would.
Yeah, we had a great time. But anyway, well, listen, we want to thank everybody for joining us for Weekdays with the Tiki Man and Johnny B. And we want to thank George Diaz with Music on the Bay for joining us. We had a little bit of a spotty internet on his end there, but we made it through. And hope you enjoyed the replay of Brooke with Waterways Organization, something I'm really getting involved with here now. So Friday, we got a jam-packed show for you from interviews from the St. Pete Boat Show that Dockside Live will be live at, and we're going to be doing interviews from the boat show Friday all morning long. So we're looking forward to that. And, man, just like that, we're in our second week here.
Wow. Well, no, we got Friday, so we got a couple more days, and then it's the second week.
Yeah,
it already feels like 2 months, but
yeah,
that's production. It's what we do.
Yeah, just like Verona, I don't even know what day it is anymore. So I love you, Verona.
Yeah, Johnny B, we love you too up here in the Great North.
Little things you do in radio. Like one time we sang. She was videotaping her mom, Miss Trudy, for her birthday. And in the background, you could hear me on the radio saying happy birthday to her. And she loved Tiny Bubbles, so I had to play Tiny Bubbles. And that video still pops up from time to time out there. So it's all about what you do in the moment. You got to live in the moment.
Absolutely. I've always said that. I still live it, still doing it.
Well, all right, Johnny B, thank you for being here with being my co-host, my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, and thank everybody out there. If you hadn't hit that like button, please hit that like button. That helps us out tremendously. And if you want to be a sponsor of the Coastal Americana Radio Network, reach out to us. Sponsor this show. Everything, the support for this show depends on what the future holds. So we're here for you, and we work really hard. And we'd love to be able to have you as a sponsor here for the Weekdays with Tiki Man and Johnny B.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you, everybody. I'll just say what Danny said.
There you go. All right. Well, it's time for us to get on out of here and let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning. Thank you for all the guests. Make sure you tune in Friday from 11 to 1 as we bring you the St. Pete Boat Show. And interviews down there. So thank you so much, everybody. Hit that like button on the way out the door. You can hit the tilt button, too, if you want to. That helps us out, too. So thank you so much for being a part. We'll see you, everybody.